Racing was introduced to Singapore in December 1842 with the formation of the Singapore Sporting Club by a group of amateur racing enthusiasts. The first race meeting, held on 23rd and 24th of February 1843, was on a piece of land which is today part of the Farrer Park Sports Complex near the present Racecourse Road. The inaugural race, appropriately named the Singapore Cup, was for prize money of $150, then a princely sum. In the early days, racing was wholly amateur, with owners riding Java ponies. The 1870s and 1880s saw the introduction of Burma and China ponies, which were soon replaced by Australian griffins. Interest in racing flourished at the turn of the century, and racing was soon no longer confined to a handful of enthusiasts, but attracted crowds of all nationalities. As racing grew in popularity, the course was greatly improved, and in 1904, the old stables and other buildings were demolished to make way for new structures. The first totalizator, a small atap-roof shed, was replaced with an impressive new tote, and an imposing grandstand was built in 1910. Bookmakers appeared on the scene in 1911, and in 1913 a betting ordinance was passed, making bookmaking illegal. During World War I, the club continued to hold races in an effort to raise money for war funds and to keep the sport together for better times. In 1924, the sporting club, which had seen its grounds used for golf, polo, rifle practice, and even the landing of the first aircraft in Singapore, decided to define its purpose more clearly and changed its name to the Singapore Turf Club. In the same year, the first Singapore Gold Cup race was run. To this day, the Singapore Gold Cup has remained the premier event of the local turf. As racing gained popularity, facilities at Farrer Park Racecourse soon became inadequate. The sport moved to its new home at Bukit Timah in 1933 after 90 years at Farrer Park, and it has remained the home of racing since. The Second World War brought racing to a temporary halt in 1943, and it was only in late 1947 that the sport resumed.
The new Singapore Turf Club cost more than $500 million to build, and it is a world-class centre for thoroughbred racing. The ultra-modern Singapore Racecourse sits on more than 82 hectares at Kranji in the northern part of Singapore. It is linked to all parts of the island by excellent expressways and mass rapid transit trains. The grandstand will provide up to 30,000 racegoers with an unobstructed view of the races. About 1,000 horses can be accommodated at the stabling complex, which houses 20 double-storied blocks of air-conditioned and ventilated stalls. The left-handed main turf track is 2,000 meters long, which is used for the Singapore International Cup and for other featured races. Night lighting facilities have been installed for the staging of night races, as well as equestrian shows and auction sales.